Hello students. Today we will see the practical of drying. Drying is nothing but the process of thermal removal of a water from material. It is the second last unit operation before packing of a material. In the last year you might have studied the difference between the unit operation and unit process. In the unit operation there is a no chemical changes or the chemical reactions are not involved in the unit operation. For example, in the unit operation it is a size reduction, filtration, like that. So drying is nothing but the unit operation. Now what is dryer? Dryer is a device that removes the moisture by heating the mass to the level where it becomes safe to store and transport. Again here the drying is very important. Why? For the packaging and the storage of material. Now the types of dryer: tray dryer, rotary dryer, spray dryer, fluidized bed dryer, vacuum dryer. These are the few types of the dryer which are we use in the industry. Now, the very important of the dryer is the selection of the dryer. How we will select the different types of the dryer for our process. The first one is location. Second is the material and its thermal property. This factor is very important, thermal properties. As suppose we are in the pharmaceutical industry and we are drying some pharmaceutical product. And if that material is a very heat sensitive, it means if it get more heated, more than its values, good values, it may get decomposed or its purity may get reduced. So the thermal property is also important while selection of the dryer. The next is energy sources. Whatever the energy sources available at our industry, these are considerable. Initial cost of that dryer, energy consumption per kg of removal of water, and one more important which I have not mentioned here, that is the size of material. Now today we will see the tray dryer. The principle is hot air circulation. In the tray dryer, the hot air is circulated. The construction of the tray dryer is small, large insulated, packed cabinet to reduce heat losses compartment in which trays are mounted. The heater is provided for the heating of air. Obviously, for that drying, we need the hot gases. For that, heater is needed. Fan and blower are also provided in the tray dryer, which are circulated the air, and obviously inlet and outlet. This is the schematic diagram of tray dryer which are used in the industry. Here the trays are mounted. There are two sections given in the diagram A and B. From the both side the air is get vented. There is one inlet also, heater, fan, these are the provided. In the tray the material which we have to dry is placed on that trays, and the heater is heated, the fan or the blower is started, and that air is get circulated over that coils or the heating element, and that air is get heated or that hot gases are produced. That hot gases are circulated throughout this channel and over that tray. In the initial condition, the rate of the drying is high because the amount of the moisture present in the tray dryer or that material is high at the initial condition. One drawback of this tray dryer is the material is stationary. The material is not moving. So due to this drawback, the material is stationary. Whatever the upper surface is available for the drying is firstly dried. Later on, what happened, dear students? The dried material increases and that layer is act as a resistance for the drying. That means whatever the moisture present in the bottom, it is not get fully dried, or that material is not get fully dried, because what happened, the upper surface of that material act as a resistance. So again here that mass transfer is also happen. The bottom side moisture is moves upward slowly. So initially rate of the drying is high, later on it is constant, and at the last the rate of the drying is reduced. The- in the tray dryer, the material is large size or the sticky. As I explained you in the previous slide, the selection of the dryer, the material size again important. In the tray dryer, we can use the lump size material or the granule material also or the sticky material also. This tray dryer is the batch process, or we can use in the continuous also. But mostly in the industry, it is used in a batch process. In the tray dryer, the material is stationary, and in the fluidized bed dryer, rotary dryer, the material is in the rotation. What happened in the rotary dryer and the fluidized bed dryer? We are providing from the bottom the hot air, and that material is get fluidized. As the material gets fluidized, all area of that material is get contacted with the hot gases, and the efficiency of the rotary dryer and the fluidized bed dryer is higher than the tray dryer. That is why the selection of the material is important. Okay, now this is the tray dryer which is used in the industry. You can observe the trays are mounted over and above, and the material is placed in the tray. So heating element is also provided in the tray dryer, and obviously there is a one blower which blows the air, and that hot air is circulated over that tray. Now this is the practical setup. I am doing this explanation in our mass transfer one laboratory.
So, dear students, as we see in the presentation, I told you about the what is the drying and the drying concept. So, this is our practical setup in the mass transfer 1 lab. This is the setup of the tray dryer. So, these are the few specifications of our practical setup. As I told you, this is the one cabinet. Tray dryer is nothing but the one cabinet. Here, one blower is provided, and just before the blower, some heating coils are provided. In our practical setup, there are 3 heating coils, which are obviously heated by the electric means, and this blower is provided, which blow the air on that heating coils, and that air gate is heated from that coil. Okay. Here are these are the buttons of that heating coils and the blower. Here it is the weighing balance which measure the amount of the moisture is removed per unit time. Here we measure that weight. Now see, here the trays are mounted on the cabinet or in the cabinet. In this our practical setup, this tray is mounted on the weighing balance so that it measure the weight of on the tray. Okay. So now we will start the practical process. Here we will take the tray. Initially we will tear that weight of tray to the 0. So it is the 0. Now we will take some sawdust. We will take some sawdust. So it is 469. So we can around approximate 470 grams. Now we have taken the 100 ml of water. We will put this water into the tray and we will mix all the sawdust with the water so that it will get totally moisturized. So initial weight of the tray is around 560 gram. Now we have taken some sawdust. Initially that weighing balance shows some error, and we have added the 100 gram of water or 100 ml of water. Now the weight is 743. So 743 minus 560 minus 100 gram of water, whatever. So the initial weight of sawdust we have taken is 469. We have added 100 gram of water. Now this all the sawdust is get moisturized, or the water is fully, it is all the surfaces get wetted. Now we will put this tray into the tray dryer. So see, here you can see the initial weight of that tray. It is around 560 gram. So it is stirred, and whatever now we will add this tray to the cabinet. While mounting this tray, we have to take care that the borders of the tray should not be touched to the cabinet, so its weight will be the accuracy. Now it is 162. Okay, it means that the total weight of that sawdust is around 70 gram and water is 100 gram. So the total weight of the sample is around 161 gram. Now we will start the heating. So here we will start these 3 heaters. So now we will start the heating. Heater 1, heater 2, heater 3. And these are the some blowers conditions. So we will adjust this blower also. Now from the back side you can observe the blower is started. It will blow that air over that heating coils, and that air is get heated from that heating coils. Now we have to measure the temperature of that hot gases. So by using this thermometer we can measure the temperature of that hot gases. We will simply put this thermometer into the cabinet and we will measure the temperature of that hot gases. So our setup is like this. Now here that sawdust is over that tray. Initially the rate of the drying is high at the top, because whatever the upper surface is available for the drying is get firstly dried. So the initially rate of the drying is high. As I explained in you the PPT. So in our practical process we are measuring this weight reduced, that is the amount of the moisture removed from that sawdust in the interval of 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes we are measuring the temperature of that hot gases and the weight reduced by this hot gases of that sawdust, that is the moisture removed. Okay.